My wonderful, beautiful, amazing Aquarius. I'm Gabriella from Gabriella's Vampire Tarot. For today, I'm going to be doing a general love reading of 5 card spread. But before I do that, I want to offer these 2 beautiful roses as a token of my love and appreciation for you all for supporting me. I love you guys incredibly. So thank you so much for choosing me as your Vampire Tarot guide reader and showing your devotion towards me. So this 5 card love reading includes the first card will represent you, the second, the other person, the third, the relationship, the fourth, the past, the fifth, the future. Then I'm going to draw a special vampire oracle for you and then a favole, but let's get started with card number 1, which is you. 7 of Wands. Interesting. Okay, for the ones, I'm getting both, the ones who are single and in a relationship. I mean, okay, for the ones in a relationship, it looks like that you're actually still protecting this, this connection, relationship, this romantic connection, with all of your beautiful fiery. I mean, you are, an air sign, but you could have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius somewhere, but you're incredibly passionate to want to keep up, this beautiful connection. So I find it very admirable and remarkable. My only suggestion would be is make sure that you're not, compromising your well-being and sacrificing just to want to be with this person, because the thing is if this person is this kind of laissez-faire about the whole connection and you're the one that needs to be with them, they might sense it as desperation and think, well, it's like, I'm not so sure I want to be with Aquarius now, because he or she is just coming off as a bit too needy for me, and I can't handle that, stuff like that. But for the ones who are single, it looks like, that you're just not going to give up on finding Mr. or Mrs. Right, and please do not, give up on any way, because sometimes, these things take time, and the thing is, it's like, Rome wasn't built overnight, so, what I want to actually offer for suggestions is, what was it? Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. I was kind of, deep in thought because it really made me think about Rome for a second. Anyway, the thing is, it's like, either A, if you haven't found Mr. or Mrs. Right yet because you've been rejected, ignored, or, nobody took any kind of interest in you, please remember this from a 300-year-old vampire. Always consider it the other person's loss. Why? Because there's more that meets the eye. There's more to a person's appearance, their name, their background, their gender, anything about who they are, their living situation, their financial situation, because the thing is everything changes, life changes. So the thing is my suggestion would always be 100% improve yourself in any way, my beloved Aquarius, man or woman, and outshine all the competitors out in this world, that's, pretty much, will win over the hearts or, of your love interest in any way. Because the thing is that person was just not meant to be with you because, it was going to end up, bad soon. And maybe this is also, the energy in this world, pretty much it says, no, you don't want to be with that person because it's just not going to end up well. And so, we're going to find, somebody way better for you, which, usually does happen. But B, it's also, it's like, is outshine and should the other person, man or woman who rejected you want to come back to you because, suddenly, you have a really good salary. Suddenly, your living situation, changed from a studio apartment to a nice beautiful house or a man or whatever, and then suddenly they're like, what, I'm just going to go back to Aquarius, and they're not going to refuse me, because remember how they wanted to be with me? Refuse them and ignore them. Because the thing is that people don't want to grow and develop with you just based off of, your current situation, whether it's because you don't have enough money to afford things, or because, you put in so much time and effort into something, or you're still working towards something, and people just, will think, no, I just want to have the end product. I don't want to be in the process of developing and growing and stuff like that. Okay, those people should just be, cast away. But either way, I just find it incredibly admirable and remarkable. But let's see who the other person is. 6 of Wands. So, it's like if you're in a beautiful relationship, you could be with a fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, me. But, there's already a beautiful celebration because the 6 of Wands is this very grand celebration. So, congratulations if you are married or that you just got married or engaged to. But, this person, whoever it was, maybe this person, will propose to you and then you accept it in any way. But I just think it's very, very beautiful. And I just want to wish you all the best of luck and all the best of happiness in the days, weeks, years to come, between you and the other person. Now, for the one single, I can understand how this person may come across as being, like the real top tier individual. You see this, a woman. It doesn't per se have to be a woman. It could also be a man in your situation. But this person is coming across as being like some kind of leader, and also kind of authoritative, like queen bee type of person, king bee, queen bee, whatever. The thing is, it's like, maybe this person, is like a total package deal. Maybe that's why, you're not going to give up on this individual. But what I kind of see here, I mean, unless, this person is very loving, caring, honest, and maybe, yeah, you could be, following behind them, man, woman, whoever. Maybe, it's like, respect and admire this person for everything who they are and stuff like that. But always make sure that your well-being is not going to be sacrificed or compromised in any way. Now, if this person, shows no interest in you, even though you're the one that, wants to be with this person, needs to be with this person, any other 100%, your reason, for wanting to be with this person, but should this person just say, no, you're just not good enough for me, their loss. I would not, look back and say, if only. I mean, I know a lot of humans, have gone through that, and 100% your prerogative. If you really want to still, cling to this person or idea that eventually something might click or something, 100% your reason and prerogative and stuff like that. But anyway, relationship, 8 of Pentacles. So, for the ones who are, single and stuff like that, or even the ones in a relationship, I see you working incredibly hard no matter what. So please keep up this beautiful hard work. Either, if you're in a relationship and you want to start accentuating more love, romance, passion, whatever, please keep going. If you want to, but for the ones who are single, please just keep up the beautiful hard work of self-improvement on wanting to actually outshine the other people and stuff like that, because, the thing is the best, medicine or antidote for any kind of, troubled situation is to live well and live a happy, beautiful, prosperous, and amazing future for yourself. And should that other person just sound like, say, you know what, I underestimated you when we were in high school or college and stuff like that. No, don't invite those people back into your life. 100% your prerogative, of course, but that would just only be my suggestion for you guys in any way. The past. The Wheel of Fortune. Now, the Wheel of Fortune, doesn't per se have a zodiac sign, though it is more or less based off of, fixed signs, including Aquarius, like yourself, Leo, your opposite sign is Scorpio or Taurus. So you could have been in any kind of, with any of those, zodiac signs and stuff like that. And maybe, it's like, that's who you have your eyes on. It could be a Leo, maybe because of the 6 of Wands, or it could be Scorpio or another Aquarius, or even a Taurus in some ways. But however, it's like sometimes, when 2 individuals from the same element or same, fixed, I know how, Aquarius and the other, fixed signs are fixed and stuff like that. Well, the only kind of problem I see is, if there's too much of one of the same thing, that could also clash and also cause, problems and stuff like that, because, one person says, well, I'm fixed on this idea, and the other person says, well, I'm fixed on this idea. How can you both compromise when you both are just, dead set on your own beliefs, values, and perceptions and stuff like that? Well, the thing is, of course, there's more, zodiac signs, in your elements and star chart, so maybe that could also help contribute to a beautiful, harmonious connection. But either way, it's like, maybe you are currently with a fixed sign, or maybe, you tried being with a fixed sign and it just didn't work out. But either way, you did have luck in the past, so hopefully, it's like, there will be more luck in the future. But for the future, King of Cups, ooh. King of Cups, a very diplomatic individual, but it could also be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, but this person is definitely waiting for you. I mean, this, a vampire, maybe it's not per se a vampire, but whoever this man or woman is, this King of Cups, Queen of Cups individual is pretty much going to be there for you, or maybe you could already be with a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and this person is also going to be accentuating and adding more love and flair with the chalice that they're going to be offering to you. For the ones who are single, I do see that there's going to be some kind of, not per se grand announcement, but you're definitely going to be offered something in the future. Can't say when, where, how, or what this potential offer could be. Maybe it could be that beautiful question that a lot of humans just want to hear and stuff like that. But either way, there's definitely going to be some kind of, announcement or some kind of question that's going to be presented to you in this, or offering at least. So, let's continue on with what Oracle has for my beautiful Aquarius. Seduction. Ooh. Who else did I give this to? But either way, allure, desire, and manipulation. Now, to be able to seduce somebody is very, very passionate, very romantic, very erotic in many ways, to want to seduce somebody. Yep. I mean, I don't think I was really seduced by the vampire who killed me off. Maybe he did seduce me, and then, he pretty much just thought, okay, I'm not going to have, this, young woman, this girl, start screaming and stuff like that, because, maybe, I mean, I do sort of Remember, it did kind of get a bit romantic at a certain point. I mean, that's why I did pull the lovers for him, and then eventually, it just didn't work out, and I was like, oh my goodness, is this going to be my true love or something? I just didn't know anything about who this person was. So that's kind of what seduction is all about. It's this real, intense drug kind of feeling. You feel, compelled, by that individual, their eyes, their voice, their everything that they, are kind of, sending off, this kind of vibe, this is where you're pretty much just so drawn. It's like a deer in the headlights almost kind of situation. But in any kind of situation, if you want to keep seducing people, please keep seducing people. If you're already in a beautiful relationship, seduction is always very pure, beautiful, very powerful in any way. So, but make sure that there's no kind of manipulation involved in any way, because that'll definitely be backfiring no matter what. And, if there's desire, keep up this wonderful, beautiful desire. Okay. Let's see what Favoli has for my beautiful Aquariuses. Death. Oh my goodness, this is one of the cards I pulled. I mean, speak of the devil of death. Yeah, the thing is death is kind of like a rejuvenating, kind of rebirthing kind of situation. So either way, it's like whoever this King of Cups is, this is probably going to be like the renewal phase going through your life and stuff like that. And of course, this, person could be seducing you. You could be seducing the other person and stuff like that. But I do see some kind of renewal for you. Now, if you're already in a relationship with somebody, it's always good to kind of, want to, refresh things, unless you guys, enjoy, the status quo of your relationship, 100% your prerogative and your entire right. But the thing is I do see some kind of renewal, taking place sometime in your future. Can't say when or how, but that's what I more or less see from my beloved Aquarius is okay. Well, I'm going to have to leave it at this, but if this reading resonated, please feel free to join and subscribe to my channel. I just want to say how much I love you guys incredibly. Thank you guys so much for your love and devotion towards me. In a few days, I'm going to go back to general readings, so I'm going to go back and forth between general love for now, but I just want to say how much I love you guys incredibly, and thank you so much for your love and devotion towards me.